Hi everyone, and welcome back to Young Mum's Diaries. My name's Yvonne, and today I'm going to be speaking about words. As we all know, words can make you happy, words can make you sad. But it's really important to understand the power of words. Words can make or break you. As that old saying used to go, I don't know if you remember it. It was, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." I actually disagree with that statement, because words do hurt, especially when coming from people that you trust and love. For example, if someone you met on the street said, "Oh, look at you young mum, you've got nothing to offer your child," you'd be shocked. You'd be like, "What? You don't even know me." But it wouldn't hurt you. You'd see it as an insult. You just walk on and just think, "This stupid man or stupid woman." But then if your parent or your close friend said to you, or even your partner said, "Oh wow, I don't think you're really doing a good job as a young mum. I just think they'll be better off with someone else. Like, you're a really unfit parent, even though you're trying." That would really crush your spirit. So it's really important who you surround yourself with and who you speak to, because words make or break people. Especially as young parents, we find ourselves in vulnerable situations. Some of us had kids and didn't know nothing about babies. Couldn't even make a bottle, change a nappy. But yet, instead of being encouraged and supported, we got shouted at, called different names. In my experience, when I got pregnant with my daughter, my first child, my mum was not happy. She actually gave me an ultimatum to not come back in her house with a belly. She didn't want me to live with her, pregnant, young. But it took her some while to get used to it, that her 17-year-old daughter going on 18 was going to be a mother when I'd barely even grown up myself. So she said some hurtful things to me, but later on apologised. And trust me, it did hurt. I thought, wow, this is coming from my mum. I thought, you know what, don't care what she's saying. I was quite rebellious. I was like, fine, whatever. That's what you think of me. I don't need your help anyway. But really and truly, who's helping me now? My mother. She was just angry. And as young parents, we need to understand that our parents, when they say mean things to us, especially when they love us and care about us, they will come to their senses and realise that, we've made a mistake, but you're willing to take on the consequence of your actions and be that responsible parent, even though you wasn't ready. That's one form of words. Another form of words that I want to talk about is you as a parent with your child. How do you address your children when they have done something to you? Are you that sort of parent that call your child names? Do you swear at your children? Do you call your child stupid, clumsy, idiot? Things that you think are small words that have no effect, no pain, no influence to your child's behaviour. It does. Words are very powerful. They mould your life. Because children are so small, they're like sponges absorbing all the information from us. We're their teachers. So imagine being brought up by someone that constantly calls you names, that constantly puts you down every time you do something wrong. How do you think you would turn out? Do you think you'll be confident? Do you think you'll be a happy child? Or do you think you'd always be scared to make mistakes? Do you think you'd be shy? What kind of child do you think you'd be like? That's not nice to treat your child like that. I don't even tell my kids to shut up, because I think that's such a rude word. And I walk down the street sometimes and I just hear some parents really going into their children. I remember I heard a woman tell her son, I'm not going to say it on here, but she told her son to shut the F up to her child. I was just like, wow. Child looked about 5. I was really shocked that this is the child that you gave birth to, and that's how you're talking to your child. No matter how you want to justify it, it's uncalled for. Your child is not an animal. They're a little human being growing up, loving you regardless of the mistakes that you make. They still love you. But for you to constantly use negative words when you're angry with your child is not right, because you're allowing them words to be instilled in your children without you knowing the consequences of your words. Words are very powerful, and it's really important that we understand this as mothers. that yes, our children can get on our nerves and we just want to shout at them and tell them off, but you have to think before you speak. Just like an egg, once it's broken, it can't be fixed. You can pick it up and try and scoop it back, but it can't be fixed. And just like words, once you've said a word, whether it's to a child or an adult, you can't take it back, especially when it's a negative word. So when my son misbehaves and he's really annoying me, like doing my nutting, I'm saying to him, Kaylin, please stop touching things. He'd be like, yes, mummy, but then he's touching loads of things. And he'd be like, am I a bad boy? That's what he'll ask me. And I say, no, but you're not a good boy at the moment because you're not listening to mummy. Then you say, okay, I want to be a good boy. I want to listen. Because I try my best not to use words like, you're so bad, you're such a naughty boy. I try not to say those things. I'll say you're acting up, you're being really naughty at the moment, I'm not happy with your behaviour. And then he'll stop and think about it and then change. But if I constantly said to him, you're always bad, look at you, look at your sister, she's always good, I'm already comparing. So he'll grow up to think his sister's better than him, that I'm always comparing with. And I don't do that. Because kids are very sensitive, just like us adults. We are sensitive, so are children. So I just talk to him. And if he doesn't listen, I give him the naughty step, I give him time out. Or I send him to his room and don't let him play with his cars because he loves his cars. You have to find a way to talk to your children because it's really important that you do not scar them with words. If anything, you teach them and you educate them. So as young parents, I know it can be frustrating and you just want to breathe sometimes. But it's really important you don't call your kids such negative names. Like, for example, saying, oh, my brats. That doesn't sound nice. That's really horrible. Being called a brat. What's good about being called a brat? The words we use are so powerful. Trust me. Try it for one day. Your child misbehaves and you just talk to them in a different way. Still telling them off, disciplining them, but with good, loving words and addressing them that, yes, what you've done is bad. But you see how the change is from saying you're bad, you're this, you're that. What the difference is. Words are very powerful. I will keep saying that. They mould you as a person. A child will remember all the bad things you've said. Even though you may think, oh, they'll forget. No. I remember things as young as 5 years old. Some good, some bad. I'm 23 now. But what I've learned over the years growing up, that it's very important to use nice words, to express yourself, being positive, not to surround yourself with negative people, a negative environment, using negative words. That's become a self-fulfilling prophecy. That when someone says, oh, you're going to be a good for nothing, now that you're a young mum, you've got nothing to achieve, what can you do with your life? That's negative. I move myself away from that because I know that I've got so much to achieve, and so do you. Being a young parent doesn't stop you from achieving your goals. But what I will tell you is be careful with the words you use and be careful how people address you and what you answer to. As a quote that I found, it's such an amazing quote, I will share it with you. It's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. Again, you can associate that with words. Remember, it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to as a young parent. It's what you call your children. Don't associate negative words with your children. If you're feeling really angry inside, have time out yourself. Breathe. Count to 10. It works. But don't always call your children negative words. It's not healthy. It doesn't help them as they grow up. This makes them closed up people, angry, believe those negative words. They start to believe those things that you're calling them. It really does affect their life. So, my young mums, please be careful how you speak to your children. Be careful how you address them. Because you're their teacher, you're their parent, you're their everything. And if you're being negative to them, how do you think they're going to feel? So, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.